Hi everyone, me again from Fontana, North Carolina. Fontana Dam, North Carolina, really I think is the name of the town. Susan and I are on Moonshiner 28. We left the resort and we're headed toward the Deals Gap, Tail of the Dragon. And they promised us there'd be a flagman out here in one-lane road, but so far we haven't found it. So hopefully we missed it today. This is one of our favorite roads. It's not technical at all, but it's very scenic. It's a nice road along by the river here, and we really enjoy it. One of our favorite. We look forward to it every year. This is the 6th of May, 2025. Susan and I got up here on Sunday, and yesterday was a little iffy weather-wise. We had some rain early, and some rain in the area. We didn't get rained on, thank goodness. We didn't take a long ride. We went to Bryson City, came back, got some groceries and came back. But today is supposed to be one of the best days of the week. We're planning on staying until Saturday unless we get absolute rain outs for the rest of the week. But today's the weather's supposed to be in the 70s and no rain. So we thought we'd come to one of our favorite roads here. We get up here, they got a pretty nice restaurant up here, Deals Gap. Susan will stop and eat some lunch, and I'll go ahead and run the Dragon, shoot some video of that. As you can see, I'm using my fixed camera. I'll call it Steadier Cam. It's not really a steady cam, but it's steadier than my head when I start going down the Dragon. I can make myself dizzy watching the video afterwards. So, hope you'll tolerate me having it on a fixed platform. It's off a little bit to the side of my Speedo instrument cluster, and you should be catching little bits of the light in the corners. But it's hard to see going in this direction, but we have a river on our left here. This is downriver from the Fontana Dam, and as we get down here a little farther, there'll be another. I'll call them rivers. They're really all dammed up. There's a dam down here a ways. Just below Deals Gap is a pretty good sized dam, and there's one in between as well. But we really like the view through here. I was told I ran into a friend of mine we haven't seen in a number of years up here. Maybe 6 or 7 years ago, we met a gentleman first name Fletcher, and it turned out he was camping at the resort, and he was right next to us. And we just got to talking as people do, and he's an adventure bike rider, and he turned us onto some really great roads. Said, hey, you ought to try out this road, and we hadn't ridden here all that much at that point, and didn't really know where much of anything it was, and so it got to be kind of funny. The next year we saw him again. He happened to be here at the same time we were, and he said, oh, I got another road for you, and so he gave us that. And he's given us probably 6 or 7 really nice roads to ride, and of course we don't do gravel much at all. We don't really like to, and so he keeps us on the really nice paved roads, and he turned us on to Lower Tuckasegee and Yellow Creek Road. Turned us on to what's the name of that other road? I can't think of it off the top of my head now. But he's got us on a bunch of roads that have turned out to be really cool, and they're kind of off the beaten path. Wayhaw Road was one of them. That was a big one. We really like Wayhaw. That's a long road, and it's got everything you could want in a ride. Mountains, twisties, valleys, water, places to stay, places to pull off the road and just stop, and it goes all the way to Franklin where you can get lunch. So it's really pretty cool. But it's really funny running into him. He's been camping at another campground for a number of reasons, but just so happened he turned out to do that. And it's funny, he just happened to ride by. He came by to visit with the ladies that run the resort where we stay in Iron Horse, and said, hey, I recognize that camp truck camper. He recognized our setup, pulled in and stopped, and we had a nice little chat. It's funny how friends just show up sometimes. Well, I've got a Corvette behind me, and I know he'd love to get by me, but there's really not anywhere here to pull off. And I'm just hoping he'll go by at some point if he wants to. But we haven't got to a passing zone either. This is 45 through here, if I understand correctly. We're running just a tick under that because we're just sight season. But thought I'd go ahead and get a video of this. Susan likes this road so much we like to video it every year. Can't see it through the camera, but off to my left is a water transfer station where they pump water up over the mountain. If we go into Robbinsville on 129 from Deals Gap, we pass right under that on the other side. I don't know where they're taking that water, but it passes right over. But like I said, we like this road a lot. It's really nice. In the summertime when it's hot, everywhere else is cool here because of the water. Needmore Road was another road that Fletcher turned us onto, and that one's right down on the river. But it turns to gravel about halfway, so you have to be prepared for that. And it will tie into 28 again, halfway between 74 and Franklin, North Carolina. That's another good. We'll probably hit that road too. Susan likes that road a lot. And so up in front, she's doing pretty good still. Bike seems to be doing all right. Knock on wood. It's really funny. I tried to check the bikes out really good, and I promised myself I would check this bike out once we got up here. I'd driven it around a little bit. It was working fine. I just wanted to check tire pressures and all that stuff. And I checked my tire pressures when we got up here, and I think it was between 5 and 10 psi on the fronts. I've ridden this thing in months, and I said, holy crap. I looked at them and I said, man, they do look pretty low. They're supposed to have at least 20 in them. And boy, it sure makes a difference the way it corners. But I couldn't believe how low they'd gotten. Both of them, both front tires are down that low. That's okay. They hold there now. They're doing real good. Susan's tires were already up. I had pumped hers up last month sometime. I usually ride my Yamaha when we're doing riding around town in Smyrna, but so this doesn't get ridden much there. And I literally only rode it once around the block before we left here, just to make sure that it was running okay. And it was. We'll see how it goes. I'll give it a little bit of a workout on the Dragon. As you can see with this thing, you don't have to brake a whole lot at the speeds I'm going. I catch up to Susan pretty good because she does brake a lot. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, it turns out that was a Ferrari that was behind us. You don't see many of those out here. So it was worth pulling over for him. I know we've been holding him up. We hold everybody up. We're slow. And proud of it, by golly. Slow and steady wins the race. Not really. We're not racing anybody. Well, I think this is certainly long enough for one video. We're almost to Deals Gap up here, so I'm going to go ahead and cut her off and save some battery for the trip. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.